G'day everybody, and thanks very much for checking out my video. Today we're going to be doing a review on the GK61 from HK Gaming that's using the yellow Gatoron optic switches. This is the first of two videos that I'll be doing comparing the GK61 switches to the Cherry switches. So the keyboard that we have here today is not mine, unfortunately. Mine has not arrived in time of putting the video together, so I'm going to be using my partner's for the first video. I, however, have got the same keyboard, just in black with the black optical switches. So that's the difference here. So the keyboard that we're going to compare these to is the Corsair K70N Rapid Fire that's using the red Cherry MX switches. So currently we are both using the K70N, and look, honestly, it's a really good, it's a damn fine keyboard. It's just getting a bit too big, and we wanted to upgrade or downgrade depending on how you want to look at things, and just go with something a little bit more compact, especially for gaming. Okay, so let's start off with the unboxing of the GK61. So we ordered these from Amazon for about $120 each, I think they were, Australian, and depending on the switches, of course. The blacks were a little bit more expensive, so I think it pushed it up to about the 120 mark. But I will leave the links in the description below that will cover both models if you are interested. I'm not affiliated with Amazon, but look, there are a heap of them on there, and if I just put the links in there, it'll make it easier to find if you are interested. One thing I should mention here is if you're unsure the difference between an optical switch and a traditional mechanical switch, well, technically they're both mechanical switches, but the main difference is that the opticals do not have the floating piece of metal that connects them with the PCB to recognize the input. The optical switches, on the other hand, have a slightly longer arm on them, so when you press down, it interrupts the optical light to get the input. So that's the major difference there. So technically, yeah, they are both mechanical switches. Okay, so in the box, obviously we have the keyboard, and there is a key chart as well card. So just in case you decide to change your keycaps later, or you need a quick reference for function keys, you might want to keep this one handy. There is software for it as well, but unless you want to go crazy and do a bunch of custom stuff, you don't really need it for the day-to-day, and it is a little clunky. It does take a little bit to get used to. Actually, no, I apologize. You might need the software if you want to change the keyboard to run on a Mac natively. I think you need to flip the switches around in it, but I will confirm that when I do the next video, and or if not, I will leave it in the comments below once I've checked it out. There is also a nice braided USB-C cable in there to a standard USB connection, which is nice, and the key switch puller and the keycap puller. Another thing I love about this keyboard is the ability to hot swap, so you can leave the cable plugged in at home, pop it in your bag, take it to work, wherever, and if you've got another USB-C cable, plug it in at your desk at work. It's just really easy and versatile to get around. Okay, so let's move on to the switches. As I mentioned earlier, these are the Gatoron yellow switches, which have about a 35 centinewton of force compared to the MX Cherries, which I think are about 45 from memory. Yeah, so they are a little bit lighter, but let's have a listen and see how we go. They're so good and they're so responsive. They are a really, really good switch. Okay, let's move on to the keyboard that we're going to compare these to. So this is the K70N Rapid Fire. Let's have a listen and see what we think. So like I said before, these are really, really good switches. It's a really good keyboard to use. It's just too big for our needs. And particularly gaming, as I mentioned, having to sort of position it on an angle is just becoming a little bit awkward, where something a little bit more compact, that's still sort of the same value, great bang for buck, is what we're after here. Alright, so let's compare them to the yellows, and let's take a listen to see what the yellows sound like. They feel right. If I was typing all day, these would be great, and I can see their appeal for gaming as well. They're a very, very nice switch, and they're housed really well as well. They're not loose or wobbly. So there you have it, folks. Thank you very much for watching till the end, and I really hope you've enjoyed this video and you found it useful. I really appreciate it if you could leave a like and let me know what you think in the comments below. Also, once I've tested out the max switching for it, I will post that in the comments below and let you know. But thank you very much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch you next time.